Whenever you come across this tarot reading, you have large visibility in your life or in your soul business, where what I'm seeing is you're viral on social media, online. You might be a celebrity, might be a CEO, you might have a product that's well known. Whatever this is here, today the reading that I was actually receiving is people constantly dehumanize you. And here are the cards that we got here. All right, now what I was getting for today's tarot reading is it's for someone who is dehumanized by people because of your large visibility. To the point where you have to set boundaries. You've had multiple situations of people projecting about you, almost obsessing over you. And what I do also see is people are kind of admired by it. Yeah, they admire you. They're inspired rather by you. But it's the kind of thing of like projecting a whole fantasy upon you where you have lived a life of feeling dehumanized. 111 as soon as I look at the clock. So you could be seeing the number 111, and that could mean that this reading is for you. So we're going to dive deeper into this reading. Now, I did ask on why does the collective feel dehumanized? You get projected upon constantly that you're fake or this or that. But here's the thing. It's actually more of, and I also would wonder, so in your birth chart, is there any strong 12th house Neptunian, which is Piscean energy, but it's illusions. And so I wonder if there's any Neptune synastry, Pluto, Scorpio, Pisces synastry in this reading. Really strong of the Neptune energy though. Sometimes people think that you're putting on a mask, but here's also another perspective. Especially say when it's large visibility. What I'm actually seeing is people, they don't fear your depth per se, but they think that say like a 30-second clip or say just your product alone is you. And it feels like on a logical level, we should all understand a split second, maybe a product, say an art piece. Like it does not represent an entire person. A person, a human, is complex. But the thing is, people project a fantasy upon you. It says no contact, cold, mask over here. And what I actually see is there is a response to your boundaries, but what these people don't realize is that's why you have boundaries. You want to be seen, but people often want to see what they want to see. I'll give an example of someone who wrote a book where maybe you're an author who's watching me. You could write a book and people say at the book signing are expecting like the story from that book. It's a book. So it's one extension of your creativity of you, or it may simply be a creative piece that has nothing to do with you. I'll give another example. YouTube tarot readers, 333 as I say that. Channeling is much different than who someone is. A YouTube tarot reader is channeling for a collective. And if they're doing it, say, in the right ways, it may have nothing to do with their life or even their own beliefs and values. A YouTube tarot reader is just channeling. But, you look at the comments at any YouTube tarot reader, there's people that are like, how dare you say that? It wasn't for you, and it was never personal. Where, at least from this standpoint, right, we could see this as very logical of like, well, of course that's not a whole person. Of course that one video, that one art piece, that one whatever it is, does not reflect the whole human. But people constantly dehumanize you and place expectations, terms upon you that they wouldn't even place upon themselves. Now here's the thing. People admire you and are inspired by you. In my mind's eye, I just gotta say it, I see Miley Cyrus. And I don't know why. Oh my gosh, okay, so I get a message as soon as I say that, okay? So for some of you, Miley Cyrus may resonate with you. But I'm thinking of her walk from Disney Channel all the way till now. And she also just signed to a new label, right? I don't know. I don't really actually pay attention to those kind of things, but I will say I just saw it scrolling online. So Miley Cyrus signed to a new label. Now, I think, though, of her era where she was like wild and this and that, and she's a little bit different now, but she's still wild. There are people that admire you and they're inspired by you, but when they get the actual you, they want to control you. So they are inspired by you. They admire that you have a free spirit. But then once they get a hold of you, they want to tame and control that free spirit. Where it's like, you could be a free spirit, but as long as I can control you. And I think that's the key thing here, where there's like a disconnect. And it's why you have the boundaries. What people admire you for, they end up resenting you for those same things and those same qualities that they once admired you for. Therefore, they dehumanize you. Now, something's coming in the future, and I will say, it says only you. It says focused on you, observing you, watching you. Yeah, it's this kind of thing where you have boundaries because people may be focused on you. But again, there's something in your birth chart. Maybe you have a high form of visibility, which logically, anyone who has a high form of visibility, people project and fantasize. And that's not up to you. Like, you know, that you don't have control over that, but you do have control over the boundaries. But again, people will even dehumanize you for having boundaries. All right, so let's dive deeper into this reading. Why do we have mask, ghost, and denial? Yeah, if someone were to meet the real, say you, right? Oh my gosh, that person wrote a book and I want to go meet them at the book signing. They don't want the real you anyway. You know, that's something that everybody with visibility, even influencers, go through. You cannot please everyone. Not everyone is going to be happy or pleased with you, or say with your product, right? With the message it is that you have, whatever it may be. Now, what do we have here for the collective? For they dehumanize you. Oh my gosh. Muse. Inspired by you. Look at that. Look at this. You are a muse to so many people, but they don't see you. Inspired by you. Listening to music. Emotional bond song. Oh, for some of you, you need to... Not that you need to. Let me backtrack a little bit. You definitely have a large form of visibility in your work. Could be a celebrity. You know, you could be creative in some way, shape, or form. It could be online. But what you need to understand in this reading is people are inspired by you and they love your work, but they don't see you. And it's very important for you to uphold the boundaries, because although people, like, it's not real love. You know the song by Drake, all that fake love straight up to my face. That kind of makes me want to cry, that right there. That makes me want to cry. All that fake love straight up to my face, where with the muse here, right? What you have to realize on your end, collective, this is not real love. You love the people. You love what you do. And it's accepting that in the real world, the people that are inspired by you, they don't love you. This is for every celebrity, for every influencer, for every CEO, every creator that is an empath and that does have an open heart. Let me tell you what I do see in this reading, and we're not even in the tarot, is that there are people that will say that you're cold, you're this or that. It's the opposite. You have such a big heart, but they constantly overstep your boundaries. Constantly. And you have to have the boundaries. Because you are love. But it's a two-way street. And you have to have boundaries with people who are inspired by you. Because what these people don't realize, and that's just logic, it's anybody. At least for me. It doesn't matter if it's a political leader, a guru, a this or that. And I don't know why I feel the need to say this. And this might even be just like off topic. Every guru takes a shit. Don't dehumanize the person, you know? And I just had to say that every guru takes a shit. Because people dehumanize. But they want people, like, you get placed on a pedestal. That's what this is. And it's like, well, I take like you too. Okay, that's it. That's all I'm going to say when it comes to that. But muse, inspired by you. These people create fake bonds with you. And that's the thing where you do have to have the boundaries. But what you need to know is there's nothing wrong with you. You might be called fake. Oh my God, that person's fake. I don't like them. I don't like their product. No, you overstepped boundaries. Oh my gosh. See, man, overstepped your boundaries. You know, where you are pure love, but you deserve that from other people. And what this has nothing to do with you, and that's what you need to know. You have every right and authority to not be stone cold. You're not stone cold. You are pure love, but you're holding up the boundary. I am pure love and truth. And those who can get in are those who see my soul. 11:11 as I say that. Those who see my soul. Because what I see here is you're someone who may have so much visibility, past, present, or future. It's going to get to the point where you're just placed on a pedestal. And it's knowing how to navigate that right on your end. As someone who's empathic, who's sensitive, who does love, you deserve respect. And that's what this reading is saying. You deserve respect and love. And what people don't realize is they're inspired by you, but, you know, they have you on a pedestal. And as long as you're on a pedestal, there you go, today. As long as you're on a pedestal, you know, they're not getting in. They don't quite see you. You deserve to be protected too. And you don't deserve to be a pawn. You know, where like there's just this fantasy piece that people get to pick and to prod and to poke. You're not an experiment. You're not one of those displays that people just, you know, like when you go to a carnival and you see like a pig, an animal that's way bigger than it should be in a cage, like, and people are just looking at it. You don't deserve to be in that. You know, what I'm seeing here is you're a good person, but this is what you're dealing with behind the scenes because you you have to set these boundaries. You deserve love. You deserve to be protected too. And while these people, oh my God, that person's an a-hole. No, they're completely delusional about who you are, the relationship it is that you have, you know, maybe even your intentions. You could write a book that is a fantasy book and it's just simply creativity. You know, it's not personal, but you deserve to protect yourself from people who take it personal. Now we do have present. Now why do we have becoming aware and today? You know, this is for the celebrity, the CEO, maybe the influencer, someone who has a large visibility. You could have a lemonade stand and you get just hundreds and hundreds of people who see it a week. Okay, look at that fantasy. Okay, so that's why you're watching this reading. It doesn't have to be celebrity. You have large visibility, whatever that means for you. Being authentic is risky. And the reason why being authentic is risky is because, God forbid, you do show your whole heart on your sleeve. People are going to say, oh, I don't want that, you know, and you don't deserve that. But because you have large visibility, people think it's okay to just, I don't want you. Oh, this is not what I expected. And you don't deserve that. Just because someone has large visibility does not mean that they should be dehumanized. And what people don't realize is you have so much love and care that you can't even show because they don't let you. You're taking a risk. You gotta have the poker face because they might fantasize about you and go too far. And so they feel like you don't show feelings. It's actually the opposite. This is the truth. These are my confessions. Revealing the truth. Confessions, shedding light. This is the truth. You're not cold. You're not an a-hole. You've been forced enough. You've been not forced to be this way. You've been forced to set these boundaries. To protect the pure heart and love that you have. Now, what's one more card for revealing the truth? People dehumanize you. You're getting a second chance, baby, over here. Look at that open heart. Look at you. You have an open heart. That's the thing. And again, it's also people just don't understand boundaries. No, it's not okay to talk like that just to a random stranger. You know, maybe it's just me. Now, my life was not perfect, let me tell you, Chiron and Scorpio, but I was raised just to treat the janitor but even the celebrity the same way, you know? So I don't resonate with this, where I just was never taught that, or I was just never like that. If you wouldn't just, so I was also born in the Bronx, New York. If you're not going to say it to someone's face, and that's how I was raised though, like if you would not go up to that person into their eyes, why would you write it down? Why would you comment it? Why would you do that? You know, people they get courage. They get those social media, Twitter fingers and courage. And it's just not cool, right? Like someone who's authentic, it's like, well, I wouldn't do it in the comments, but I wouldn't do it to your face either. And I do it to your face before I do it to the comments, you know, where it's understanding the world that we live in. People are crazy, okay? And it's not just crazy people, you know, it's sometimes like, I don't know, say even in this YouTube tarot journey, I've seen professionals say crazy things in comments and this and that. I'm just like, what the heck? Like, this is someone I just never even expected to get a comment like that from, you know, where it's not okay to dehumanize people. Not the tarot reader, not the celebrity, not the CEO, not the janitor. They're all humans. And the amount of visibility or money that someone has should not determine how they're treated. All right. You actually have a second chance here, though. There's an opportunity that's coming in for you because we have the card second chance. Why second chance opportunity? You're just a reflection, and someone is realizing that. Is it someone? Why second chance and then reflection here, opportunity? Someone's realizing why you go frozen, no words. You're not stonewalling at all. You are pure love. It's almost the kind of thing of people, like what I'm seeing is Shiva, actually, because Shiva, right, the silence, the Om. What I'm seeing is like a key, but it's a frequency. It could be the frequency of truth and of love. As long as they have that key, that frequency, they could open it up, which is you. They could enter your energetic field. Everything is fine, hunky-dory. But as long as they don't see you, you are protected from pain. Yeah, it can be painful to have so many people not see you. And so what this reading is saying is, you know, people think that you're an a-hole. Oh my God, they don't have emotions, blah, blah, blah. Well, you know what? The collective doesn't deserve to be dehumanized on a daily basis, all day, every day. And it's just simply a boundary. People can actually easily get in, but if they're not going to bring the projections and fantasy to you, you don't deserve that. And it's pretty logical. All right, let's see. Now, what do we have here? What do we have here for the collective? Why do we have inspired by you? Why do we have inspired by you? Why the Six of Swords for people dehumanize you? Why do we have the Six of Swords for inspired by you and people dehumanize you? Why do we have the Six of Swords and the Two of Wands for inspired by you and people dehumanize you? You could be seeing the number 666. Why the Six of Cups and the outcome here for people are inspired by you and they dehumanize you? Why Six of Cups and the Page of Cups? Why Six of Cups and the Page of Cups for the outcome of people are inspired by you but they dehumanize you? Why the Two of Wands for people are inspired by you but they dehumanize you? They love your power, they love everything you do. And then when you don't match their fantasy projection and expectation, they try to destroy you. Why the Six of Swords for people are inspired by you but dehumanize you? So I will say you come from pure love. What I'm thinking of too is like, you know how sometimes, say when people have a huge following, they stop responding to comments? Again, it's logical. Where the comments can get crazy, you know, and then your time, right, your energy, this or that. Especially when you are of someone of pure love, you do not have to explain yourself to every person who misunderstands you. And if that's a truth in regular life, in a human life, imagine with large visibility. You get these Page of Cups that come your way and just bring chaos and conflict. Why the Six of Swords and the Ace of Cups? For people are inspired by you and dehumanize you. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Gemini energy. Why the Two of Wands and the Magician card? For people are inspired by you and dehumanize you. Whoa, the cards are carding here. You are pure love, Ten of Cups. Look at the evil eye with the Eight of Wands. People are fighting you, but they're the evil eye. That's what this reading is saying, where you have every right to set the boundary in this reading. And it's more of you, the empath. You, the empath, knowing who you are, and that's all that matters. And people are going to be like, oh my God, what an a-hole. They're still so successful, blah, 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 because you're a good person. And do not pay attention to people who dehumanize other people. Forgive them, they know not what they do. Eight of Wands, the evil eye tries to get blocked here. But what I see is you almost being guilted into like proving that you're a good person. And ultimately, that's what this reading is saying. You do not have to prove that you're a good, holy person to be considered a good person, especially with a large visibility. And I always say, just focus on you and God. Like look up, you and God, and then look around you. Because our greatest protection overall is knowing thyself. And people dehumanize you where, like, again, I see a lot of people, them just reaching your way, whether it's through the internet or they want to meet you, they want to speak to you, this or that. But the key thing here is like, you know, don't bring the negative energy, the chaos, the this, that. People don't realize that they are the negative one in your life, you know. You're the bad guy to them, but you're protecting yourself from them. For the outcome here, why do we have the Five of Wands, the Six of Cups, and the Page of Cups? For they're inspired by you, but they dehumanize you. Why the Five of Wands? Why do we have... Why the Five of Wands, Six of Cups, and the Page of Cups? For people are inspired by you, but they dehumanize you. Yeah, what I see here, look at you. So you're showing up as pure love in this entire reading. But then people like want to destroy you, and that's what you deal with. And it's the kind of thing where when you try to be nice, it happens again, to prove that you have to have the boundaries that you have. So what this feels like is someone who's been like in a karmic cycle of setting boundaries, and then, you know, they try to be nice and let someone in of like, well, I'm not trying to be an a-hole. Yeah, come in, come on, we're all one. And then you let them in, and then it's chaos and conflict. You know, where it's, you know what, I don't have to prove that I'm a good person. Well, number one, in order to be successful. But two, you know, for some of you, this is your era, your time to stop proving that you're a good person. And it's going to feel terrible when these people project upon you of like, how dare you? You're such an a-hole. You're a greedy. You're this. And none of it's true. None of it. Michael Jackson voice. There's a clip where he goes, none of it's true. Oh, you know what? When he was touring, I love to tour. He's like, I hate touring. Do you know what I go through when I tour? Oh, you want to hear that I love to tour? Okay, I love to tour. And Michael Jackson in that, what's it called? In that interview, he was being a little, you know, funny in that interview, where when he would tour, he would go through so much. But the people wanted to hear him say that he loves to tour. He's like, I love to tour. And he's like, what the fuck? I don't love to tour. I get treated terribly on tour. You know, what I do see here is maintain the boundaries. There's someone here that you let in the past. And it's like they want to bring conflict to you of like, oh my gosh, this and that. For some of you, there's also an advice of when it comes to social life, don't mix your business and social life. You know, the people who come to you, they're not your friends. And again, though, they're going to say that you're an asshole even for doing that. And then they're going to prove you right, you know. And so I see you coming out of a karmic cycle, the Wheel of Fortune, closing out a cycle, and Strength card, which is going within. You're not an a-hole for walking away from people who don't see you anyway and who are bringing you harm. And they're saying that you're gaslighting them. They are gaslighting you, you know, and it's just a karmic cycle between you. Ultimately, it's you and you, right? Because what I see is you are a good person. And there's a part of you that wants to be seen as a good person because you are. And there's no part of you that wants people to feel left out or to feel like you don't care or this or that. But I do see it's at the point in your life or perhaps in your business and mission that, like what God is saying here is you don't need to prove anything. It actually would bring you danger to try to prove things to people. Try to end you here with the Ten of Swords. So what's the advice? What is the advice for the collective on? They're inspired by you, but they dehumanize you. You're protected here for the long run, okay? King of Swords, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. That could be your sign. I will say we do have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and Gemini all over this reading as well, okay? And some water energy. But you could be a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. You are protected. 7 of Wands here. So 7 of Wands represents protection, and then actually, this is the Page of Coins here. All right, so your money, your wealth, your prosperity is protected for the long run. Okay, 7 of Cups over here does represent illusions. This is the Neptunian card over here, 7 of Cups. So what this represents is a lot of illusions around you. However, I will say, you're not creating illusions. You know, it's the kind of thing of just like grow up. You know, and I say that because a grown adult should understand, should have the emotional mental capacity to understand that just because, say, someone writes a book about fairies and dragons, that's not them completely. There's so much more. Humans are complex. Why do we think that we knew someone from a 30-second video or this or that? And that's what I'm seeing in this reading here. But for some of you, I see a big separation. Take this heed and warning. And people will think that you're an a-hole. You're protected by God in this reading. Don't mix social life and your business or your mission, your practice, your service. Because people end up resenting you. They want to get to know you, and then they're not happy that you are human. You know, people dehumanize you. And then what's coming in for the collective 4? People dehumanize you. High Priestess, baby, over here. The Fool card, and then Judgment, okay? Or the Fool card, Innocence, okay? This is Aquarius and Pisces energy. The Fool card, High Priestess. You feel, you sense, you know. So when they're coming up towards you, these people who are inspired by you, who watch you, who buy from you, whatever it may be, you are in High Priest or High Priestess energy. The Fool card here does also represent innocence and on a journey. And I will say, perhaps even a part of you that is a little bit naive, right? Or was in the past, right? The Fool card can be naive. And what I do see here again is like you really coming from the heart. I actually see that with the High Priestess card, you are skilled, you are in mastery at what it is that you do. But there's like a new level coming. And I will say this is God's judgment upon you to protect you. You have more money, wealth, and prosperity on the way. And creations, Knight of Wands. There's an increased amount of protection, and you're being asked to kind of shift your boundaries a little bit. Why High Priestess and the Fool card? You are ready. Look at that, 6 of Coins. You are ready, all right, to get back out there. For some of you to launch that product, to do this, whatever this is on your journey, you are ready. but you're ready with the boundaries, okay? And a mixture of love and of logic, the head and the heart, Ace of Swords, because the heart could bring some imbalance, okay? And I will say you were leading with the heart. They want you to lead with the heart, and you did. And now you got to lead with logic too. And ultimately, that's what this is. It's like, well, I was leading from the heart. Now I got to lead with logic and the heart, man. And that's what this reading is. These people took advantage of your heart. And so now you must apply logic. All right? And I like the way that sounds at the end of the reading. They took advantage of your heart, and now you must apply logic. Bars. All right, let's see, collective. What's coming in for you? What's coming in for the collective for people dehumanize you? Look at that. People surrounding you, and look at, you're a pure person. Pure, joyful friendships, loving help. Okay, where, again, this is a confirmation more for you. Like, you need to know that you're a good person. You've really done everything that you can. And your next level in mission, in life, in business is logic and the heart, because they already took your whole heart. Okay, the gathering, community, kinship, and companionship. So there definitely is people on the way to you. What do we have here for the collective on people dehumanize you? Kali Ma, facing fear. Too many cards, but we do have Kali Ma and intervention. What do we have for the collective on? What do we have for the collective on people dehumanize you? Oh my gosh. I love this reading, and I will say, I see you. In this reading, I see you. I don't know who you are, but I see you. And not I, E-Y-E. I see you. Sacred Self, Mary Magdalene, you're showing up as so kind-hearted and pure. Try Jesus, don't try me. There's a song called Try Jesus. You are not Jesus in this reading. Listen, Linda, listen. Sorry, we're not going on the cross. I'm sorry, ma'am, sir. I don't have to take the path of Jesus to prove to you that I love God and that I'm holy and have good intentions. Oh no. That's what this reading is saying. Sorry, I'm not going on the cross, and I'm not a bad person for telling you. Nope, I am not going on that cross. The Shekinah, Sacred Self, and then Mary Magdalene, the teacher awakens, okay? And it does say you have something important to share. Follow the inner call. Don't let anything stop you. Whatever you share with the world, it's meant to be shared with the world. It doesn't mean you have to touch everybody's hand. And that's what this reading is saying. I'm going to grab one more card for you. What's one more card for the collective on people dehumanize you? What is the song? Rolling Stone by The Weeknd, actually. Whoa. Okay, you guys need, whoever's watching all the way to the end, you need to at least hear this part, okay? The song Rolling Stone by The Weeknd, because my crown is tingling. You are going to have visibility. It is prophecy. It is fate. And it's prophecy and fate. The song Rolling Stone predicted The Weeknd's entire life before it happened. Love me before you don't love me. Goddess of the moon, you know, you're kind of meant to be a mystery, but it's also not of the thing, oh, you don't have access to me, blah, blah, blah. Like, whenever people think that, you know, they can sit in that. That's not what this reading is saying. You don't have to be fully seen. So for you, it's a balance of you're going to be seen, for you to accept that you're not going to be fully seen, but also accept what comes with it. Accept the boundaries that come with it. Accept the alchemy that comes with this kind of life and work. In the lyrics of Rolling Stone by The Weeknd, it says, please love me before they all love me. They're all going to love me, so please love me. I'm going to be different, and I hope that you still listen. And diving deep into those lyrics. For some of you, maybe you have listened to The Weeknd, past, present, or future. This is like an older song. But with the cornucopia, this is wealth, this is the calabash. All right? There is destined, fated fortune in your future. And for some of you, a large visibility in some way, shape, or form. And that's what you need to know. But the song also says, until you're used to my face and my mystery fades, I got you. You know, where people are always going to try to figure you out, this or that. And I will say, you're going to have a life. You know, if you're in this work, if you have a large visibility in some way, shape, or form, you know, it really does feel like this is more of you to accept. And you will scale as you continue with the boundaries and kind of accept this part of your work, of your life, and yourself. And you're entering an era, a cycle where you're not proving anything to anyone. There's going to be constantly people that think that you're hiding and you're this, you're fake, you're this, you're that. You're going to go up and show up every day still, okay? And it's not okay that they dehumanize you, but keep going. And that's what this reading is saying, all right? That's what I have for you. I do hope that it resonates in a positive way. I'm sending you all so much love and so many blessings to your day. Just a reminder, you can go to 144bluerosetemple.com to book a private session or tarot reading. And to join the Patreon, head to Blue Rose Mystery School at patreon.com. Many blessings to you.